What is going on, everybody? Happy Monday. I hope you had a good weekend. I know I did. I was off call, so I did a little R&R. Yeah, I did a lot of refining, but not a lot of recording. So I kind of needed some me time and kind of quiet the old brain. I wasn't talking very good. I just wasn't coming off the tongue as well as it usually does. So I just like, you know what? I'm just gonna have some fun, enjoy the refining, get some me time in, And it was excellent. It was fun. I didn't do anything crazy, right? I saved the good stuff for you, so it was just kind of like tidy up stuff, It wasn't like I dropped an ounce of gold or, nothing like that. But so I'll save that for you guys. Just a little cleanup stuff on miscellaneous stuff I had laying around, and you know how it goes. But so we've got a couple new members for the Silver Subs. I think we're up to 8 now. So let's see here. The week of the 15th, that Friday, we're going to have a couple of drawings for the winners, right? Because we give a half ounce away for every 5. So it'll be actually 2 groups of 4. Now, before we do that, what I'd like to talk to you, especially members, how do you guys want to do it? So there's a couple of you who've been in it much longer than some people. Like I think I've got my first 2 months. You guys have been members for 2 months now. So do you guys want to be put together, or do you guys want to be put into separate ones? So I figured my idea was, let's tie all of the people who've been in the longest together, so that we have, you've got a better chance of winning something. Like if I put you, if I split them up, because there's 2 people. So if I split you up, you'll have basically 1 in 4 chance. I mean, I guess you have 1 in 4 chance regardless, but there's a higher chance of people who've been in there longer if I put you guys together, right? So I don't know, just an idea. Whatever you think, just let me know. If not, what I'll do is, if I don't hear anything from you guys, is I'll just go ahead and put both of you guys together, and then there's a higher chance of somebody with a longer time winning, which is kind of what I want, just, you guys have been around a little bit more, right? And so yeah, that's awesome. That's coming up. I still have to do the drawing for last month's subscribers giveaway. So I've got 1 copper bar left to give away, and then we're moving on. Well, this is going to be kind of a big giveaway, right? I spent a lot of time on this thing. But here it is. So this will be not last month's, but this month's. So if you want to be part of this giveaway, definitely let me know. Send some stuff in. So we got nice shiny copper dragon. Nice case, the blue velvet in there, and of course I got my branding iron. So got the old logo on there. So I'm actually really happy with that. It turned out great. Oh, okay, hold on. So I was thinking, so there's a Silver Dragons YouTuber, right? So I don't know if I want to play too much with that. So I was thinking one of 2 things. We've got Silver Python and Silver Anaconda, right? Okay, so hear me out. If we go with Silver Anaconda, it's going to come with its own theme song, right? Its own theme song. You guys ready for this? My anaconda dope. My anaconda dope. My anaconda don't want none unless you got silver, hon. All right. And I just have a feeling where this is going to go, right? Hold on. It's kind of what I thought. So, if you never want to hear that again, I'm thinking Silver Python. Yeah, that's going to go on the internet, and it's never going to be able to be taken off of there. So, yeah, buddy. Well, so today's video, let's get onto that, and I hope you enjoy it. It was a good refine. Not a lot of gold yet, but that little vial is adding up, and I think we're going to get some. All right, we're back at it here. Oh, it's been so long since I've been able to like come into the lab here. All right, so what I want to tackle is I've got my sulfuric cell. I want to go ahead and process that. So I cleaned this out. There's water involved when you clean it. So what I did was I just had this sitting on my heat plate drying out for the longest of time, just so that it's completely dry. We're not going to add any water to it. All right, now I got to get suited up. I got to get my gloves on. We're messing with this. So I don't plan on diluting this at all. What I actually want to do is I want to put it right in the, well, I want to put fiberglass in here instead of regular filter, which is why I only have half of a Buckner funnel. And we're going to see if the fiberglass, that, especially the stuff that I got, is going to be thin enough. Especially, I might have to pack it fairly tight, but I'm hoping that it'll filter out our gold, and then that little fiberglass chunk we'll just chuck into Aqua Regia and get all of our gold out of it. All right, so I just got this insulation. It's for wrapping your pipes up. So what I was looking up is that you don't want well, if you get the pink stuff, the sulfuric acid's gonna take the dye with it. So then you have a pink solution. It doesn't interfere with anything. It just throws off your color, which I guess isn't the end of the world if that's all you got. So I'm gonna go ahead and peel this off of there. This stuff is pretty itchy too, if it gets on your skin. I deal with this stuff quite a bit, so my hands are kind of used to it. Now you get it under the forearms and stuff, it's kind of a pain, I'll tell you that. But, so right now we're just going to go ahead and roll this up. I don't know how efficient this is, but I want to keep this material tight as possible so that we can get a good filtration. And then pack that down fairly tight. There was a centipede that was crawled up in this insulation. Must have been chewed up from the factory. Awesome. So that takes pretty much the entire length of this Buckner funnel. At least the spout anyway. So we'll see what it looks like when I start filtering. So let me get set up. I got to get my gloves and stuff on. I'm going to set the camera up so we can see the liquid coming out of here, just to verify that it's actually working. Now this gold is pretty thin, so I imagine it's not going to be crystal clear like brand new sulfuric acid by any means, but as long as we can capture the majority of it, I'll be happy. We'll start you out here, and then we'll slowly, well, once I get some of that in here, because I imagine it's going to take a while. Matter of fact, I'm probably going to cut most of that out. There we go. Alright. Look at that. That's all gold right there. Excellent. That is our gold mud. Look at that. That's a good amount. Alright, so we can see here we still have quite a bit of color in. There's a little bit, you can see right there, that's pretty transparent. It still has that hue though. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run it through a second flask here with a vacuum, see if I can pack the gold inside this this fiberglass, and we'll just keep going back and forth. And like I said, I know we're not going to be able to get this crystal clear by any means, and this may be as clean as we can get it. But I'll run it through a couple more times just to verify, and yeah, then when we get that collected, we'll run all this. We'll run all that and see what kind of gold we get. Mode again here, but we can see all the gold around the edges there. So I'm interested to see what that looks like once it drains all the way. We'll find out tomorrow. Is the second time through. It is much clearer than it was previously. Back into my dish and stirred it up to kind of get the gold that was settled down in the bottom in the I can't say water column, but I guess suspended in solution, and just poured it out again. So I'll have to do that most likely again, so we can get the rest of that gold in there. But I really want to see how clear we can get this this sulfuric acid. All right, let's get on to refining this gold that we got. It looks like we got a pretty decent chunk here. Now it's probably going to emit to not very much. But check that out. And of course there's a pretty decent sized plug in there, as we'll see here in a second. Grab one of these guys here. Well, that's not exactly what I was hoping for it to do. Alright, 1 second here. Alright, so what we're going to do here, well, what I'm going to attempt to do is, I've just got a filter paper here, and I'm going to just try and scoop all this. That's not working at all. Yeah, buddy. This stuff is like mud. Look at that. Let's see. Do I want to continue this, or am I fighting an uphill battle? Well, let's find out here in a minute. Yeah, look at that. Poopy. I'm gonna have to think this through a little bit. 1 second here. Alright, we're back. Let's try this again. So, what I got here is hydrochloric acid, and I'm going to go ahead to spray this down in hopes that it doesn't spray, since we're throwing an acid in there. Let's see, let's compact that down. Alright, so let's see how it works on this first. Alright, I don't see any spattering, so I'm happy with that. Alright, I'm just going to get the best that I can. I'm going to hope that the fumes take care of the rest of that. Alright, so the rest of the gold that's stuck in here, what I'll do is I'll wipe this all out with paper towel, so we collect it, and then I have the rest of the gold that's like on our cathode, and some that's going to be on our the jewelry that just kind of sticks to it as we pull it all out. So when I rinse all this out and collect the water that we were using to kind of dunk that stuff in, that's where that's going to go. So as of right now, we're just going to try and target the main clump, the easy stuff that's kind of right there in front of us. See if we can kind of clean some of our mess up here as we're going. Alright, let's get some nitric acid here. And see what we can do with this. And I'm just going to start with 3, and we're going to see what that does. Let's go ahead and wipe the bottom of this off. I just got my my burn dish there semi-clean, so I want to try and keep it that way. We're back. So we could see our solution is pretty nice. I actually had to switch it over to a bigger beaker. It was getting a little crazy there. Let's see. And so that's what I got left. So that brown, I don't know, that still kind of looks like gold to me. But I'm not sure. We'll save it for the filters. But I know there's a ton of gold solution still soaked in this this fiberglass. So let's see here. What I was kind of playing around with was dumping some water in it. And then using the bottom of the beaker to just kind of smash it out. Obviously you don't want to go too crazy because you don't want to break your beaker. And if you keep the vacuum on, it pulls it right out the bottom. Let me load this up here a little bit. So I was just doing this a couple of times last night as I was trying to figure out something to kind of finish that problem or solve that problem. All right, got a last couple of drops in here, just in case we get any more. So there must have been a little bit of copper contamination in there, because this is, I mean, it's not as green as I was kind of expecting it to be, but it's not that yellow that we all love so much when we get a good aquarija. All right. It is time for the scientific straw. And I was prepared this time. Look at that. So the last couple of projects I've been doing really haven't had anything to show. So I'm curious. Oh yeah, there we go. You know what? I'm really excited about that. I haven't had a decent, I can't even say it's going to be decent. But the last couple of gold drops I did to get all this stuff, they didn't even show there was so little in there. All right. Well, let's put a little SMB in here and see what we get for a drop. There we go. Let's let that settle and see what we get. All right. So I had to add a little extra. I just put some ferrous sulfate in to make sure we got the rest of it. So I didn't put enough SMB to do the job. So that's why we've got a little bit of a color change. And just like that, we've got a little bit more gold. Not a whole lot, but it all adds up, right? I think we can go ahead and add that to our little bit here. All right, well, we'll let that settle. And I think we're getting up there. I think we're going to have, maybe not yet. Maybe not yet. That wasn't very much. So, if anything, we probably doubled the amount that I've got here. So we will do a cleanup on this stuff eventually, but we probably only got a gram, maybe 2. Nah, I can't even say 2. Maybe a gram of gold in there. So, so as you can see, not a ton of gold, but it all adds up. It all adds up. So we'll keep on going. I do have to evaporate that solution because just from being in the basement, that solution did absorb some of the moisture just out of the air. So I do want to concentrate that back before I store it for a while, just so it's ready to roll for next time. But yeah, I think I'll be doing that again versus diluting the acid and then filtering it, and it really seemed to work fairly well. I mean, the one thing I do see is that it's way more dangerous when you don't dilute it like that. So I may end up pouring that into a spouted beaker before I do anything else, because pouring it from that little dish was just not good. Pain in the rear. And there was a much higher chance of that to splatter and, of course, put holes in my shirt, right? It holes in everywhere, right? It goes in your skin. It's not fun. Don't get that stuff on you. I'll tell you that right now. So, well, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.